It is so much easier to ask for what I needed than I thought it would be. And I both am like kicking myself, like, why I didn't go to my bishop and ask for what I needed. And also, I have compassion because one, I didn't know what I needed, and two, I know the barriers that there are to speaking up. If you have also been sexually abused or you experience some other type of trauma that inhibits your church experience, like I do, I feel for you. I know how hard it is. But also, I feel so much hope and happiness because I just got to talk to my bishop, and it was such simple solutions. It was just can I have a closet? There was a closet that nobody's using, that nobody accesses, that I can go sit in. That exists at church. I can go to that. I just asked for it and it was there. I don't have to leave the church and walk around. I don't have to go to my car and cry. I have a place I can go cry, and I can't tell you what that means for me and my sense of belonging, for there to be a place for me to go not be okay at church. And then also, my bishop, that kind of decides the callings that I have, how I serve at church. And just to be able to say, hey, this kind of calling brings up my triggers. Can we do this kind of calling instead that tends to heal me more? And it was so easy. It was like, yeah, of course. And it all had worked out where the organization I'm in is being reorganized anyway. It was easy. Like, it was already going to happen. I was just, I had been serving in this calling, and I'm all about consecration. I'm all about, maybe I can learn something from this. Um, and I did the best attitude I could with it, but I was destroying myself and forcing myself to fulfill a calling that was triggering me further. And I have been realizing this, and I have had wonderful ministering sister that I worked with, who I worked with as my president, who was so supportive and still is. And slowly helped me to realize that consecration does not mean burning yourself out and destroying yourself for a calling. That's not necessary. It's not needed. We're a volunteer church. It's so not needed. We can shuffle things around so easily. And as my bishop said, he wants everyone to have joy at church. It just never occurred to me that I could allow myself to have joy. I want to be clear, nobody was stopping me from asking for these things. The leadership and the counseling, the systems that are set up are good. Church is good. I don't have a problem with how bishops counsel or anything like that. The problem lies entirely in my belief that I can go do that. Yeah? And shame can completely control and cloud me in my own personal prison. So the fight is not to make bishops do something different necessarily. The fight is not to even necessarily to have things like a safe room to go to or like to be in certain callings. The fight much more is for survivors to feel safe at church so that they can do the work of being able to discover and hear what they even need, to be able to even hear their emotions, thoughts, and feelings and heal enough to be able to express those needs. Because I'll be clear, it's not that I was being prideful or selfish. 3 years ago, I truly, literally could not tell you what I needed. All I could do was like look in your face and like stare or maybe scream. Like, I had nothing else for you. I could not give you the handbook on how to take care of a survivor like me. I kind of want to do that now. I'm like, now I've been through this and I know how much people are willing to help, how happy they are to accommodate, how completely willing they are to listen. They don't know how to deal with all the heavy stuff yet, but they're so happy to accommodate you at church. Your bishop is so beyond happy to make room for you. Go talk to him in a way that you feel safe. Don't force yourself when you feel unsafe. But yeah, that's once you know what you need, it's the easy part. I'm so happy I asked for what I needed.